My favorite mission in Call of Duty World at War is the sniper mission Vendetta. Vendetta, Italian for revenge, follows the origins of Private Dmitry Petrenko and Sergeant Viktor Reznov, two soldiers of the Soviet Union's Red Army who avenged their fallen comrades after they've been massacred by the Wehrmacht in the Battle of Stalingrad. As an unsupervised kid playing this mature game in the early 2000s, I thought Vendetta was a pretty good stealth mission. Now as an adult, I think it's my favorite one for a whole number of reasons. Not only are we introduced to two of the most important characters in this generation of Call of Duty, and arguably the next, but the mission's themes of revenge, subtle foreshadowing of the campaign's direction, and great characterization of Reznov really makes the mission stand out to me now as an adult. It's also incredibly informative, historically speaking. Not only are you experiencing Germany's tyranny as a soldier in the Red Army, in the mission's epilogue, Reznov briefly speaks about the Fascist Reich, describing it as a cancer and a plague, which is reflected on the map. You can see Germany slowly infecting Europe like a disease. He describes the Wehrmacht as this unrelenting force, constantly invading, sparing the lives of no one, not even women or children. And the Germans' lack of remorse is matched only by their even more cruel and arrogant leaders. Here we see footage of our target for the mission, General Heinrich Amsel. Reznov hates the Germans, and upon waking near a bunch of injured Russian soldiers being spontaneously executed by them, we learn the scariest thing about the sergeant. Shh. How frightening it would be to have him as an enemy.
I need your help. Do what I say, and we can avenge this massacre.
Despite his friends, family, and comrades being murdered, some in front of his very eyes, he doesn't flinch. Reznov is cold and calculating, immediately having a plan after the Germans leave the corpses of the Red Army to rot. Reznov can no longer snipe effectively due to an injury on his right hand, so he asks Dmitry, the only other survivor in the fountain, and the player character, to assist him in assassinating the general.
Modak in the car is General Heinrich Amsel, architect of Stalingrad's misery. He is responsible for the cold-blooded murder of men, women, and children. Not just here, but throughout the motherland.
I love that under Reznov's cold exterior is a Russian soldier that passionately wants revenge.
For 3 days, I have hunted him. For 3 days, luck alone has saved his wretched life.
While simultaneously being patient enough to wait for the right time to strike. In truth, we could have killed the general right here, and it probably would have been a good trade, a private and a sergeant for such a high-ranking soldier. Instead, we wait, risking our chance to ever get this opportunity again.
Sniping your enemy is like hunting any other animal. Fire at the wrong moment and your chance will be forever lost. Patience. If we reveal our position to Amsel's men, this fountain will be our grave.
To escape the fountain, Reznov instructs us to snipe Amsel's men, but only after the bombers fly overhead. Something about crawling through Stalingrad like a rat, using the engines of planes to drown out the shots of our very loud sniper. No! Feels a lot more creative and memorable than using a suppressed rifle like in Modern Warfare. This Call of Duty, I felt, never glamorized war and these rough, unpolished, and desperate tactics that the characters needed to perform just to stay alive. Educated me far more on the sick reality of World War II than any other piece of entertainment media in my entire life.
Excellent aim. You are a natural hunter.
An oncoming tank blocks the path to General Heinrich Amsel, so Dmitry and Reznov retreat into a nearby bar. In the bar, Reznov reminisces about the good times had here.
For days, I have crept through shadows like a rat. This place once echoed with conversations of friends and lovers. No longer. Mark my words, comrade. One day things will change. We will take the fight to their land, to their people, to their blood. This way.
His speech further reveals his need for revenge, except this time, it's clear that he doesn't want to just avenge his comrades in Stalingrad, or take out a single general. He wants to avenge the motherland, by giving the Germans a taste of their own medicine.
To their land, to their people, to their blood.
Ironically, their land, their blood is chronologically the next Russian mission in Call of Duty World at War, where 3 years later, Reznov is doing exactly what he wished for at the bar, bringing the fight to Germany, burning their land, killing their people, and shedding their blood.
Turn up! I am not hearing gunshots!
There is no point, Sergeant. They are already bleeding to death.
Then maybe our friend will help them bleed faster.
I guess that also explains Reznov's patience, though. He's playing the long con, so he's gonna be here for a while.
General Amsel is a creature of habit.
Moving forward, Reznov and Dmitri walk the streets of Stalingrad, and a sniper suddenly takes a crack at Reznov.
Sniper!
They retreat into a nearby building, and upstairs, Reznov draws out the sniper's fire to reveal his position.
He's on the top floor! Right side!
Here is Call of Duty World at War's infamous sniper duel. This German soldier frustrated the hell out of everyone back in the day. The fight is unforgiving to the player. If he kills you, even after you land 3 shots, you have to restart all over again, resulting in a bunch of really fucking mad children complaining on game forums in 2008. He can move throughout all 3 levels of the building, he can bait you by putting his helmet up, he takes cover a majority of the time, but the AI is smart. If you immediately hold your breath trying to steady your shot, it seems like he'll wait there long enough for you to run out of breath and then fire at you in your moment of weakness. If you make any mistakes during this segment, you're dead. Lucky for him, he doesn't share quite the same fate. You see, it's possible to take 3 to 4 shots to end the sniper's life, as some bullets will only wound him or graze him before eventually killing him. Afterwards, Petrenko picks up the Walter P-38 from the table and proceeds down the stairs. A German patrol reveals themselves, causing our protagonist to begin to hide. Unfortunately, just as they're about to successfully evade the Wehrmacht, a canine picks up the scent of our Russian heroes and reveals their position.
Hit the floor!
The whole building immediately gets torched by German flamethrowers. Running upstairs, the building starts to collapse on our heroes, and a plank falls on Private Petrenko. Reznov assists him, reminding Dmitri that he needs him. Afterwards, they escape by jumping off the building. Now, Dmitri's jump is mediocre at best, but Reznov leaps out of there in some action movie-like fashion. Right here, the mission should have ended. Fortunately, the same cruelty of the German soldiers that killed so many Russians that day, ironically, saved Dmitri and Reznov. The Germans plan to burn the bodies of our protagonists instead of just shooting them and walking away, buying enough time for the Red Army to flank them, killing them in an instant, and saving our heroes.
Dmitri, we thought you were among the dead in the massacre at the square.
He was. Among them, but not one of them.
We're about to assault the communication post north of here.
Dmitri and Reznov help their comrades flank a nearby communications post. Now, you can open the fight traditionally by sniping an unsuspecting soldier, or you can take Reznov's advice and shoot directly at the tank of a flamethrower, which serves as an impromptu fire grenade, incinerating anyone close to the blast. I always loved this mechanic in the game. It's just so badass. I also can't shake the feeling that it's a reference to this specific shot in Saving Private Ryan, which no doubt the game's dark tone is inspired by. The Red Army eliminates the nearby German forces, and according to Reznov, we find the perfect sniping position overlooking the command post, where our friend, General Heinrich Amsel, is awaiting transportation. Amsel is surrounded by bodyguards. He'll move from cover to cover, and the player can kill him whenever he's doing so. If the player waits long enough, a car will arrive to pick the general up, giving you one last chance to take his life. That being said, you're free to kill him whenever, and technically, however, you can use the Walter P-38 pistol and actually get an achievement for sniping him with it. After assassinating the general, the mission is completed. A tank spots our heroes and fires at the building.
You want it, true much!
German soldiers begin to charge up immediately, and Reznov just fucking obliterates them. Dmitri and Reznov, running away from the tank's fire, hit a dead end, forcing them to escape by jumping into a river. And despite a tragic loss at Stalingrad, the Red Army secures a small victory for the motherland.